Hello, everybody. It is I, the Lone Waffle. And today, we're going to try a podcast again. It's been like a year since we last did this, and today I'm joined by my new co-host, whatever you want to be called. I forgot to ask
What?
you about that. You. Speak.
Yeah, just use a username, That's basically it.
Okay, junk, I
The
guess. That work?
junk, yeah. What can I say? I've used that on like everything.
Okay,
Eh,
go on.
What?
You said you use that on everything, and then you,
Yeah,
you trailed off
I've
like you
used
were going to
that.
continue.
No, okay, but like, okay, I've used that for like, I'm counting. Hold on. Like
uh,
2 years straight. I don't know why. I'm just using it now.
hmm,
It's changed like 8 times maybe. The username that I've used, it's changed for like 8 times.
really?
Yeah, like okay, so like on PS, it's the skeleton. Where did that come from? And now it's junk. Where did that come from?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't know how I came up with Lone Waffle. Just kind of popped into my head one day a few years back.
Maybe it's like ooh, waffles. Oh, wait, I'm alone right now. Lone waffle. There we go. I mean,
I mean,
it's,
I will admit I don't have many friends, so I am almost constantly lonely.
I mean, yeah, some people make their usernames from like things that like I don't know, they've seen like what would you think if someone's name was like Cartel Execution 40?
What the fuck?
Like then you'd be thinking, wow, that's a pretty unique username. Then you ask them, hey, how'd you get your name Cartel Execution 40? And they're like, oh,
I
I
was almost
watched a lot of
executed by a
cartel executions.
cartel.
Like there's a lot of things on the internet. I've seen a lot of cartel executions. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool, dude. That's pretty interesting.
Okay, then.
I mean, it used to be frozen spaghetti. Don't even ask why. I don't even know.
Okay, then. So
Like, with
anyway,
but
we should probably get on to the primary topic for today.
yes.
So, dreams. One of the most
Oh, God.
mysterious things of the human brain, one of the many mysteries of it, because we don't know why the fuck we even have them. Like, we never really figured that out. Why? Because, like,
I think,
have
I
you
think,
noticed that,
I
like,
think.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying. I think they're cool. They're awesome.
Yeah, they are cool, but haven't you noticed that, like, almost every function in the human body is catered in some way to help your survival?
Yeah,
Like,
I kind of noticed that. I know there's this thing. I can't remember what it's called, but no matter what, when you're in danger, you'll curl up and try and protect like your vital areas, like your head, your stomach region, like your
yeah,
torso.
yeah, that kind of reaction, your flight or flight instinct,
Yeah,
or fight or flight, whatever I said,
yeah,
and various others.
yes.
But dreams, like, how do those help us survive? They don't really. They're just kind of there.
I
You
mean,
know,
I
like,
think it's like I don't know. I mean, I've heard that it's like just a bunch of things from memories you've had from like either today or like past days. Like they all just coalesce in your brain or whatever. I think I used that word right. I don't know. But they all
yeah,
just kind of mush in your brain.
yeah, I know, I realize that, but like, what does that have to do with helping you survive? Do you think? Like
It
anything at
beats
all?
me.
I
Beats me. I've got
mean, fair
no idea.
enough, but I mean, wild guess or something, anything.
Maybe I don't know. It's such a I don't know. It's like
A
I
very
have no
vague
idea.
topic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just I like how do you I don't know. How are you supposed to figure that out? Like, yeah, it's
Well, I mean,
dreams,
like,
the little
here,
movies in your head.
I'll throw a couple I'll throw a couple little like starter theories at you. They could like
Mm,
maybe they predict like the future. They're like premonitions or something.
oh,
Maybe they
yeah.
like compile information on like what to do in on about an incoming threat or something like things like
Mm.
that. Like, what
I know,
purpose do you think they could serve in our survival?
honestly, the one that I like the most, because 'cause I've heard it a bit, is that it's, like, alternate universes. Like,
Alter
wow,
Oh,
you're
okay, that's
peeking
interesting.
into a different timeline. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
that's
I've heard of that.
yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, I wanna see what, like, I am in, like, a different area of
Yeah.
time. I think that'd be cool. Like, one of my dreams hold on, I think yeah, I sometimes I write down my dreams so I can remember them, like, as
Hmm.
soon as I wake up. One of them was I was a firefighter, okay? I was a firefighter, and everyone was running out of this building, and I was going into it, and like this a bunch of fire burst out of nowhere and pushed me back. And then some news person came in with a camera guy, and my helmet was on fire, but they couldn't see my face because I don't know, the glass was like ashy. And for some reason, like the whole building was burning or whatever, and it started to collapse. And apparently, I was covering my face from the camera, and, I don't know, the paramedics came and everything. I don't even know what that was about. What was that about?
Yeah, that is an odd dream.
I I don't even know, man.
Yeah, some people
Some
think that, oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh, no, I was just saying that was weird.
You know? But yeah, some people theorize that, like, every dream is some kind of weird symbolism for a current event that's happening in your life. So maybe if
Yeah,
you interpreted that dream in the correct way, it could describe something that was currently happening to you,
hmm,
perhaps.
I don't know, 'cause, I know, like, there's, the dreams where you fall, like, you
Y
fall, and apparently that's supposed to mean something too.
Yeah, like, people theorize that dreams have some kind of symbolism for something. If you can interpret them, then maybe you could avoid some upcoming tragedy or anything or something like that, or at least see it coming to a degree.
Yeah, but, like, that dream, the firefighter one hold on, when did I write this down? That was October 8th. I still don't know what it means.
Of what year? This year?
Yeah, this year, yeah,
Hmm.
and I have no idea. There's just so many weird dreams. Some of them you don't even know what they mean. Some of them you're like, "Oh, I think I might know what it means." I
Well, I
don't think there's,
mean,
like
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's, like, any dream that you can have a certain, like, "Yes, this is definitely what it means."
Well, based on my opinion, and yeah, you're right about that. But based on my opinion, I would say that like maybe because you said you were a firefighter, like near a burning building, right?
Yeah, I was in the burning building, everything, yeah.
Well, fire tends to be like a symbol for like chaos and destruction a lot of the time. So maybe there was
Yeah.
something chaotic happening in your life at the time, and the fire surrounding you symbolizes that. There's like chaos all around you.
That actually yeah, now that you mention that, that actually kinda makes sense a little.
Yeah, see? Some dreams can
Huh,
be interpreted like that. One that I've had is actually a reoccurring dream that I did have, like, every single night for 2 weeks straight, like, 2 years ago, but it's been
really?
kind of on and off since, like, maybe once a month I'll have it, maybe once every 2 months.
Wow, lay it on me, lay it on me. What is it? What is it?
Okay, so prepare yourself, because again, reoccurring dream, I know this thing in the deepest of details. I don't even need to write it down, it's engraved in my memory.
Your dream lore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
Alright,
it's the same dream, like, every single time. There's, like,
okay.
there's no real, like, alterations to it, I don't believe.
So
I
it's
could be
basically the
wrong about
same
that.
thing every time.
Yeah, it's the, like, exact same dream every time, and I still don't I'm not entirely certain on what it means, but I do have a theory for it. So, anyway, so, I'm walking through the woods, like, at night, like, towards midnight, I believe.
Yeah.
It's, a new moon and it's cloudy, so there's, like, no moonlight at all. I'm walking through the woods, just, like, a dirt path in the middle of nowhere. I have a flashlight in hand and, a knife on my hip.
Okay.
So I'm walking through the woods, and then all of a sudden, I hear a rustle in the bushes. The dream cuts, like it would a video, and then it
Yeah.
cuts to a further point in the dream where I'm walking down the same path again, just a little bit faster this time. And then all of a sudden, I point my flashlight into the trees to my right, and I see like a weird shadow dart through like the tree line
Ooh,
really fast. The
Yeah.
dream cuts again. This time, I am full on running down this path in the woods. And then I'm running for a little bit, and what was up next? Right. This weird, like, I don't even really know how to describe it accurately, but like, huh. It's like this
Yeah.
weird, like, dark, shadowy beast with like with like two beating red eyes. And it walks like, you know, like that weird backwards crab walk that people can do?
Hate that. That's
It
ew.
walks like that, but it like its head is upward while it's doing it.
Oh,
Yeah, fucked up, right?
yeah. What
So
the?
this thing jumps out of the bushes at me. So I finally encounter it,
Hmm.
and the dream cuts again. And well, wait, did it cut then? Hmm. I can't remember that part. It either cuts or to me running away from it, or I just start running. No, I think I just start running away from it.
Yeah.
So I'm running full sprint down this path, and the dream cuts again. When it comes back, I'm suddenly running at the thing with my knife like drawn and in my hand. I reach it and I slash it like right down the center of its face, like a really deep cut.
Yeah.
It pauses for a second, and then the skin that I sliced open begins to part on its own. And then three additional heads that are pale white pop out of the crack.
What the?
It lets out a deafening screech, and then I wake up.
And that's where it ends?
Yeah, that's it. Every single time.
That's so hmm.
I've had it probably about like maybe 30 times now,
I
somewhere around
mean,
there.
yeah, if we're still on like the maybe like theorizing thing, like trying to figure out maybe what it means. I don't know. I mean, like like defeating one thing and three more things coming out of that. I don't know. Maybe it's like you got over something, you got over a problem maybe,
Or
but
tried to
three
fix
more
the problem
problems
and
came out
created
of that.
more.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
solving
that
that
was
one
my
problem
theory,
alone.
actually. That's how I was going to try to explain it. So you're dead on
Yeah.
that.
Huh. Hmm. I That is such a weird dream because I mean, like, there's like some maybe meaningless parts. I don't know. Maybe it could also mean something.
Who
You
knows?
walking and then walking a little bit faster and then full on running. I don't know. Maybe it's you realizing that you're in a problem or something. I don't know.
That could be it. Though then
I
also
don't know.
there's the chance that maybe all of these weird connections that we can make between dreams and metaphors are just it's just a coincidence. Maybe they don't actually mean anything.
Yeah, maybe it's just stuff your brain's making up.
Yeah, maybe. But I've always noticed that
I
like
don't know.
my dreams are either 0 or 11 when it comes down to it. I either have really mundane dreams where it's like I'm stressing over an exam or some basic bullshit like that. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
this test coming up and I need to study for it or I'm going to fail at life. And then there's also the
No,
dreams
I
where it's
showed up
like I am being hunted by a serial killer who has killed all of humanity and if I live through this, I can somehow bring everyone back. And there's no in
yeah,
between.
yeah, I don't get dreams, man. They can either be the most simplest stuff or maybe even nothing. Like it could just be black, or it's like the
Yeah.
most messed up movie you've ever watched.
Yeah, I think I get that trait from my mom. She always has like the most fucked up dreams I've ever heard when we talk about them. Like Jesus Christ. I wish I could like
Dang,
really
really?
remember some I wish I could remember some of them, but they're like they're always like apocalypse scenarios. She's being hunted down by someone, shit like that.
I mean,
And
I've
that's
had a
like
few of apocalypse stuff,
I've never actually had an
but like,
apocalypse dream before.
really,
Yeah.
what's another dream you've had? If that's the only one you've had,
That's far from the only one I've had, but like all the other ones tend to be just the mundane shit that aren't really worth
so that's
noting at all. But
yeah. So like,
there was a funny one where it was very short. There's not a lot to it, And I don't really think there's any way to interpret this, but if you want to try, you're more than welcome to. So I'm
Yeah, let
riding
me
I'm riding a bike along a bridge, specifically the
mm.
bridge that's in town,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and all of a sudden I either swerve and go off the barrier. This was like 4 years ago at this point. I swerve and go off the barrier, or a giant gust of wind somehow blows me over.
Yeah,
And I start falling, and in the dream I try to reach for like the guardrail to try to catch
yeah,
myself. But
yeah,
little did I know, my real life body moved and I like punched my wall because my bed's like right up against a wall.
yeah.
So I wake up with like my fist on the wall. Or well, no, I didn't actually punch it, but I like slapped it because I was trying to grab onto something, but there was nothing to
Yeah,
grab onto. And I wake up, I'm like panic, like, no, let me up. Meanwhile, I'm just like, oh wait, that's a wall there.
that's so I don't know. I think it's cool how like you can be in your dream just doing like literally anything and your body will just be doing the same thing sometimes.
Yes, sometimes. Most of the time it's paralyzed, but like sometimes this weird thing malfunctions that like paralyzes your body while you sleep, and
Well,
you're not
sleep
paralyzed
paralysis.
anymore. Oh, I was
Sleep.
just about to get on that topic. That shit's
Mm,
fucked.
mm-hmm. Like okay, so I was going on a streak of not having it for like quite a bit, years. And then when I finally had it, I was like, "Oh my God, that was the worst thing
Yeah,
ever."
tell some of those stories. I bet they're good.
Okay, so well, this actually, it's the only one I've ever had. I haven't had it since, and I guarantee I'm going to have it tonight now. But anyways, so it was like I want to say 3 years ago, maybe 3 years, maybe two, give or take. Okay, so it started off, I woke up. I was in my bed, I was laying in my bed. I was like, "Oh, well, oh, I just woke up. I'm gonna go back to sleep." But then I noticed there was a plastic bag on my bed, and I was like, "Wait a minute, I didn't put that there. What are you doing there?" And all of a sudden, like my door was closed, and I remember leaving it open, and I was like, okay, that's kind of scary." And it just burst open, and that was scary to me because well, I don't like things that just burst open. Well, obviously that's gonna be scary. And then there was just the dark figure just standing there, and all of a sudden
Oh,
it like sped walk, like just walking really fast up to the side of my bed, up to my face, and got real close. Dude, I'm getting
hold on.
chills
Can I
talking
pause you
about
for a
that.
second?
Yeah, yeah,
Why
yeah.
is it that like something speed walking towards you like that is so much scarier than it just running at you?
I don't know, man.
Why
I'm
is
getting
that so
chills
much more
talking about it.
terrifying? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
know
was
that
scary.
feeling.
It got all up close to my face. At first, I thought it was my mom, but it wasn't, obviously. And it was like all just staring at me. And when I woke up, I was like, okay, I'm not going back to bed, dude. I'm not going back to bed. I just went downstairs, made me some eggs, and just started eating, man. Oh, it was terrifying. I did not like it. I didn't like that. I know my mom's had a few, but
uh,
I don't know any of them. But oh, what didn't you have one?
oh yeah, I did. I've only had one in my life, and it was a fucking wild ride, man. It was awesome in
Oh yeah.
retrospect because I've always been so fascinated by it.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Okay, so get ready for this shit.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So just like your standard sleep paralysis start, I'm paralyzed. It's the middle of the night. I cannot move.
Mm,
Like, but what I can see is like in my room, there's like a window and there's a street light shining right through it, and I'm facing that way, like towards the room, like the inside of it, not the wall.
yeah. Yeah.
And nothing's out of the ordinary, except I see like a weird dark figure in my room, right?
Yeah.
It's like touching the ceiling tall with its head.
Oh,
And it's
geez,
like
man.
like slender too, but not like twig thin, if that makes any sense.
You got
It's
like
like
Slender Man in your room. What?
no, it gets better than this.
Okay, what?
So it steps at it because it's like right by the window. It steps out a little bit to the point where the light is shining on its face,
Mm,
and I can see it now.
Oh
It's
God.
a it looked like a female, had long like black hair that was pushed back,
Mhm.
ghostly pale skin, and a white dress. Very typical, like stereotypical horror movie type shit.
Like the ring girl, that ring
Yeah,
girl.
yeah, exactly. But one catch, her
What?
face.
Oh,
So imagine. Have you ever played Animal Crossing or seen anything on it?
yes, I have actually.
Do you know the gyroids in that game? Those
I
weird little
don't.
clay figures?
Does it? Are they those things that have like just the hollow eyes and mouth?
Yeah, that's what
That's
her
what.
face was. She had
Oh.
like imagine like a bowling ball, like the holes in a bowling ball, but that
Yeah,
was like
yeah,
its
yeah.
face.
Oh, jeez, man.
And it didn't move from there. It just stood there staring at me for the entire rest of the duration. And I was like, because like you can't move while you're in sleep paralysis, so you're just paralyzed. I'm just having a
Oh,
staring contest with her.
I, that is. I mean, I can try and imagine it, but it probably isn't gonna like live up to what it actually looked like.
If anything, I think it was scarier because it didn't get any closer.
It was just standing there,
Yeah, it just stood there in like the middle of my room staring at me like that. It didn't move any closer aside from like getting into the light of the window.
and it was touching the ceiling, right, with its head.
Almost, or maybe just a little bit. But yeah, it was very close, if anything.
Like how tall, like how high is your ceiling?
I'd say maybe about 7 feet.
Oh my God. That's oh God, that's not cool. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, because like the sleep paralysis things, like yeah, they aren't real, but they sure do feel real.
Yeah, they really do, man.
I know, I think it's like I don't know, I've heard that's like one I don't know. I think it's one part of your body's like I think it's like your brain is asleep, but your body's awake, I think. And that's
With
how
sleep
that
paralysis?
yeah, I think that's how sleep
No,
paralysis
it's the
happens.
opposite way around. Because if your body was awake, you'd be. It is like sleepwalking. It's like
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
sleepwalking
okay, so
formula.
yeah, yeah, your
So yeah, your
brain's
mind's
awake.
asleep. Your body. No, your mind's awake. Your body's asleep.
Yeah. Oh, that's it's basically you're just trapped. You can't do anything.
I've
I mean,
always
except
wondered why the hell our mind plays like such a sick trick on us.
I know. Why are
And
you
what's with
making
the
this thing remember?
hallucination part? Like, I don't understand that. Is it because like our brain is still half asleep, so it's like the dream is
I think
bleeding
it's
into
you're actually
reality,
trying to make a dream.
but you're awake?
I don't I like I don't know. Like your brain is still trying to make it a dream because it knows you're asleep. So it's still trying to make a dream. But why does it have to make it so scary?
Yeah, I know, right? Why is it always horrifying?
I know. Why can't you put like a sandwich in my room, man? Like I want something else. I don't want this shadow dude staring at me with red eyes or something. I don't want that. What makes you think that? I don't want that.
Yeah,
Because I don't know. I don't know. Sleep paralysis, that's messed up. Why does that even exist?
I don't know, man. Just one of our body's many sick tricks.
Our brain's messed up. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, but yeah, I really don't have that many interesting dreams. They're all like like school related stresses, I suppose, for the most part. Like, I don't really. It's always like there's this test coming up, or there's an assignment coming up, and I need to
That's
like
surprising. I have the
study for it.
weirdest.
Yeah, I always have the most boring ones, or I on occasion have like really fucked up ones.
Do you can you remember any of that? The weird ones, the messed up ones?
Well, I mean, there haven't no because it's been so long since I've had like another one other than like the
You
forest one.
there's this thing that you can do. You just write down your dreams, just type them down, and then you'll start remembering them better. Like I started doing that like I don't know a while ago, and now I can remember most of my dreams. And if I can't, I have them written down anyways.
Mm.
and it's pretty cool because you can you can see how weird you are because of the dreams. It's so weird. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Trying to look for it. I have so many dreams, but I can't find. What the heck? What is any of this?
I want
Ah,
to
there
hear
it is.
some of these.
There it is. There it is. Okay. So this is one. Okay. So it's a zombie dream. I think it's one of the, like these apocalypse ones. The zombie dream. Let me read it. Okay. So I started out in these like weird apartment buildings. I mean we don't have apartments around here, so I don't know what I'm dreaming of.
Well, I mean,
It was-
not like big apartments, but we do have apartments.
Well, yeah, yeah, like not like the big ones that I had though. It's like those have you seen those Russian buildings where it's like a bunch of just basically just windows?
I think I have.
How do I describe it? I don't know, Half-Life 2 building? I have no idea. It's
Good
basically
description.
no, like, you know that one area where you come across those 2 Metro cops breaking into a door and then, like, going into the room?
Oh, you're talking about those kinds of buildings. Okay. Okay, that's actually
Yeah,
a pretty good. That's a pretty good description, actually.
I mean, that's the only thing I got to compare it to.
Yeah, fair
Anyways,
enough.
so I started off there, and I was going through, and then as soon as I walk out of the apartment building, I'm in a parking lot, and then from that parking lot, I just appear into like a Dollar General,
Huh.
and while in the Dollar General, I meet like some like other people, and we're all like killing zombies and stuff, and we decide to like stay low or whatever, like take a little nap in the Dollar General. And while we were asleep, out of nowhere, this big, huge robot comes storming in, and
Oh
it
my
just kills
god.
everybody.
What
Yeah,
the fuck?
it just starts killing everybody while we were asleep. And so I'm running. I'm running through it's a what is it? Like a Sullivan's kind of. It looked like a Sullivan's. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think many people in the audience know what that is. If anyone's watching that's not around here. But yeah, I know what
I
you're talking
mean,
about.
you can just look
Just like
up.
a
Hey,
grocery store.
I mean, you can look up Sullivan's and like find Sullivan's General Store or whatever.
A
But
better
anyways.
description would just be like a grocery store. That's about it.
Yeah, it's basically just kind of a big grocery store a little bit. Anyways,
Yeah.
when I walk into there, yeah, there's other people there. I didn't know they were there. There were just a bunch of people there, and they have like flamethrowers, bazookas, anti-air cannons. I don't know how you fit this stuff into a store. Anyway, so I'm like, "Hey, guys, there's a robot, and they killed everybody at the Dollar General." And they're like, "Oh, don't worry, man. We got you. Just go out into the back and talk to our commander or whatever." I'm like, "Okay, I got you." And when I'm leaving the guys that are in the entrance, all of a sudden the robot comes through. They start shooting it, but it doesn't do anything. It's basically eating it, like kind of just swallowing the shots that are being shot at it. It's just eating it, and it's like I look back, I look behind me, and all the people are gone, and the robot's just sitting there. I
What
don't
the
know how.
fuck?
I don't know. I don't know. And so I go to the commander guy. And I'm like, hey, dude, all your guys are dead. We need to get out of here. He's like, okay, I have a car in the back. So we both go to his car. It's like I don't know, a Lamborghini, I guess, has those suicide doors. And I'm like, how are we gonna get away in this? And in the dream, I said it was slow. I mean, I think they're far from slow, but I said it was slow. And he's like, don't worry, I have a backup. And so he took me to a different car, and this one looked like a little minivan, and it had armor on it.
What
I
the
mean,
fuck?
I'm not judging. I'm not judging. So we got in. I'm like, Step on it," and he started doing like the Tokyo drift thing where he's just drifting everywhere. The robot's
Deja
catching
vu.
up. Yeah, the robot's catching up to us, and so it's getting close. And he's like, "I'm gonna activate the thrusters." And so he presses a button, and all of a sudden the robot just blows up. It just blows up and dies. And I'm like, "Wow, how'd you do that?" And he's like, "I have my reserves." What? What? What does that even mean?
What the
What does that
fuck?
mean? You have
It
your
sounds like you've been
reserves?
playing too much Gary's Mod and Left for Dead.
Honestly, that's that's what it feels like. It just felt like a bunch of nonsense. And so we get off on the side of the road, and I'm like, "Wow, you're my hero." And he's like, "Yes." Okay. Thanks, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess. And so we go back to where the robot exploded, and it isn't there. And he's like, huh, it must have ran away. I'm like, okay. And so he starts like going into the forest, and I'm chasing him. And all of a sudden he disappears and says, like, I don't know where the voice is coming from, but he disappears and says, we have to find him. I don't know where you are, man. What am I supposed to be looking for? And so I'm walking and I find this random shack and he's in there and he's just eating a bowl of soup in a chair, and that's it. He's just sitting in the chair, and then I wake up. It
What?
was it was the weirdest dream, and I honestly don't think it means anything. There's
Yeah, I
no
don't
way
know
that
any
can
way to like interpret that, man. That's too weird.
it is too weird, and I have, like, I don't even know. I know I've had a couple of scary dreams, but this dream was scary because it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see here. I have, like I don't even know. Oh, yeah, here's another one. Here's another one. This one is also kinda weird. So, okay, so I start off in, like, a room with 2 other guys. It's not like I'm even there. It's like I'm watching a movie kinda, because 'cause I'm not there, but I'm seeing them.
So you're like
And
the
so
camera in the situation.
yeah, basically,
That's where
I'm
that's
basically
what
the
most of my
camera.
dreams are like, actually.
Yeah, yeah, I think I've had, like
You're like seeing a dream from a third person perspective.
yeah, it's basically you're just a camera and you're just watching them go around. And basically in this one, there's this woman and she's making these guys go through these rooms that they need to survive. And if they survive, they get to go out. And there's like I think if I remember, it was like 20 rooms that they had to go through.
So
And
Saw.
so yeah, basically.
Okay.
And so it was 3 people. It was this experienced guy, he had, like, weird armor for some reason, and, like, it was like a mask. He had, like, a helmet that had, like, a visor, kinda like a riot helmet. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
It's kinda like a half-faced riot helmet, and on the front it says, "Help." I don't know why, don't ask. And his armor was colored, like, blue and white. And then there was a dad and his daughter, and the dad was like, "Oh, what are we gonna do?" And the experienced guy, he tells the dad to focus on his urges to get things done. And so the dad goes to a locker and finds this jacket. And have you seen these Call of Duty wall buys?
I don't think I have now.
Well, basically those are on the jacket. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, I guess." And afterwards, let me see here. He gets stung by this bug that, like, I don't know, hypnotizes him or something. Like, it's basically he's basically high now because he got stung. And so when that happens, he said, "You told me to focus on my urges, and this was my urge." And afterwards, he starts to get affected in one of the rooms that they're in, and everyone's telling him to run away, but he can't run away because everything's in slow motion for him, and like everyone has like this slow effect to them. And so he's just walking. And when he sees the thing they're running from, they get through the room, the effect wears off. Afterwards, they go through various rooms that are based on horror movies. I remember one of them was like have you heard of the Black-Eyed Children or whatever?
Oh yeah, I've heard of those.
Yeah, that's basically what's in the room. And
Oh, that's fucked.
the guy with the armor says, "You've been 20, or like you've been 5 for 20 years. Get a grip." And all of a sudden, the black-eyed girl just dies
What the fuck? You've been
because
five
she
for 20 years. Dies.
yeah, exactly. I don't get
The
it. It's
fuck?
just you've been young for too long. You're dead now, and it just kills them. And hold on, let me see. Yeah, you've been a kid for like 40 years. Grow up, and that's what he said to it.
Huh.
And it just causes the black-eyed kid to just have a crisis and grow up, and kills it. I don't know. And eventually they come upon a room that's basically impossible because the guy in there can't be killed. He's basically invincible, and there's no way to get past it. So they just find like a weak portion of the wall and they just break through it. And apparently it's like, I don't know, SCP Foundation, because now they're in a facility where everything's being run and like where they have people monitoring them and stuff. And once they get past it, there's these 3 soldier guys that's like, "Hey, put your hands up." But the guy with the armor just throws them through a wall, and then they all die, and they explode in a white dust,
What
and
the
then
fuck?
yeah, which causes the other 2 soldiers to just be like, "Wow, I don't wanna mess with you. I'll let you go through." And so they just run and take the weapons from them, and so they're just gone now, and I don't know, oh, wait. Yeah, they go through, and they end up in a shootout, and with like, because there's, like, 5 of the soldier guys now, and they're shooting it out and stuff, and one of them has, like, this grenade launcher that shoots, like, these bug things that, like, attach to you. And so so the guy with the armor gets hit, and he's like, "This bug sucks." And so he grabs it and throws it back at the soldier guy that shot it at him, and then the guy just explodes. He explodes. I don't know why there's so many explosions,
I just,
and
I just pictured him having the bug thrown at him and then just like popping like a balloon.
yeah, exactly. I don't I don't even know. And, so there's still in the shootout, only one of the soldiers is dead, and the armored guy tells the dad, you need to, like," I think he basically to summarize it, he just told him, "You need to, like, strengthen up and shoot back," because the dad didn't wanna shoot back, and he's like, "Okay, I'll shoot them." And so he gets up and gets shot in the shoulder as soon as he gets up, and so he's like, "I don't wanna shoot anymore." And the armored guy says, "I'll take care of this." And he starts going up to them and just punches the soldiers and they all die. I mean,
Huh.
this guy, I don't even know. Eventually they get to the big baddie. They get to the woman that put them there. And they're like, "Hey, why'd you put us in the rooms?" And she's like, "Because I'm your father." What? What? Just
Fuck.
what? I don't know.
That's very
And
random.
yeah, and then so the armored guy says, "Okay, I guess I'll have to deal with this again." And he goes up to her, grabs her, throws her through the window, and then he says, "We gotta get out of here," and takes the dad, and just they get out of there, and then I wake up.
Huh.
Hey, it was pretty
That.
entertaining. I like it. I don't even know.
Sorry
You
about my
also,
phone going off, by the way.
huh?
Sorry about my phone going off, by the way.
Oh, no, that's cool. I didn't even hear anything.
Oh,
I was
good.
too distracted on whatever I was talking about. And on the guns that they were using, I remember seeing there was a how to use, like kind of like a direction label. And after he found it, the dad was like, "Wow, that's pretty convenient." So yeah, my dreams, I don't even know, man. Like,
Yeah, that's very weird.
my bad. But yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
I don't know. I don't know how you can have so many normal dreams and not have like a couple of weird ones in there.
Yeah, all my strange dreams, all my like creepy dreams that I can remember have all been like that one weird reoccurring one that visits me so often.
That's like the only one you've ever had?
Not that I've ever had, but like it's replaced all the other ones thus far.
So
Because
like
like
this happens.
I did mention like that other one that I had, but
Hmm,
I guess that one wasn't really scary. It was just like abnormal, I suppose. But yeah,
hmm.
that I don't really remember many of my. Oh wait, I do remember one.
What?
Okay, buckle up, Buckaroo, because this one's fucking good.
Okay, tell me about it.
Okay, so to start off for a bit of context,
Hmm.
um, where should I start? Where should I start with this? Hold on. So me and my girlfriend right now started dating back in April of this year.
Yeah.
This was about maybe a month or two after we started dating. I had this dream. And this is like a creepy one, but it doesn't really get fucked up until the end.
Okay.
So I'm at like this weird, like bizarro school. I don't. It's like it's our school, but it's not. If that makes any sense, like it's different, but
So it's like
everyone's there.
it's kind of like an alternate school, kind of. Like it's
Yeah,
different.
pretty much. Like it's a different school, bit like layout and shit,
Yeah.
but there's like all the same
The
people
same
there.
school. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going over there on this like weird day. I think it was like a Saturday even in the dream to
What?
help someone find something. It was like because like remember when I told you that story of how I was with the cross country team for a little while?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was one of my teammates on there. I had to go help him find like his phone or something in the school. And like everyone
Yeah.
else, it was like a school day over there for some reason, but I wasn't there.
What the heck?
Yeah, I don't. It's very weird until it gets creepy. But
Okay.
so we go in and we're looking for like this weird locker room type area
Yeah.
for like a phone. And I get caught up in all this other weird stuff, like other weird side quests for other people. And then
Yeah.
like the main objective is just forgotten. That phone is never found in the dream. Nor is that
Wow.
nor is my teammate ever seen again after the first side quest starts, as I call them.
He's a
So like
side character.
the main objective of the dream was thrown out completely out the window because of the new place it was going. Well,
Mm.
actually, it wasn't even going that way yet. It was just it was just it just like kept building and bouncing off of itself, I
It
suppose.
just kept going everywhere.
Yeah, so I have to help someone else do like this other weird thing off school grounds. I think it was like go shopping or some shit. I don't even remember because
Yeah.
this was a long time ago, back
Mm.
in about June, I'd say, maybe May.
Oh,
So anyway, nothing really interesting happens. It's just a bunch of weird errands that I run for various people.
okay.
And then when I get back to the school at some point, um I'm approached by someone because apparently my girlfriend was supposed to be coming there and she's like 2 hours late at this point. So I start like wondering where she is. But then I get approached by another person. I go on another side quest yet again. Then by the time I'm done with that, she's 3 hours late. So, it starts
God.
getting concerning.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why. Like, Dream Me had some weird, like, sixth sense, but I immediately assumed, like, she's been kidnapped. I don't know
Okay.
why my brain went there, but it did.
This
And
has to be the
then
simplest explanation.
And then right after I thought that, I'm approached by someone else, not to do a side quest, but they are there to inform me that like she's gone missing.
How did this guy know?
I I don't know. Also, it was a girl, by the way, weirdly enough. But yeah, I don't know either. I don't know how they found out. I don't know how someone gets reported missing after being gone for only like 3 hours.
The heck?
Like I don't know. It's very weird.
Hmm.
And also, why the hell was she going to the school in the first place?
Why was it happening on a Saturday?
I have
Why weren't
no
you
idea.
there?
And why wasn't I there? Yeah, it's like one of the weirder dreams I've had actually in recent times.
I was gonna say this is starting to sound like a normal dream for me.
Yeah, so anyway, moving on. The person who informs me that she's gone missing tells me like, "Okay, we got to search for her now. She might be in danger." So, she takes me out to the front of the school and we go around the side of it. And while we're passing around the side, I see like this like I don't know why they had this on school grounds. But it was like a missing persons board of like all these missing people,
Yeah.
and I can't. I it was like an asset in a video game. Like you see it, but you don't really notice the finer details of it. So they were missing people's posters, but they weren't like
Oh, so they're
actual
like
missing
logos or
persons
loose.
posters. You know what I mean by
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I did zone in on the one that had my girlfriend on it. So it's confirmed now she has definitely gone missing. So me and that other girl go to the back of the school and we find this weird shack. I don't know why we went here. I don't know how we knew to go here, but we're here at the shack.
Yeah.
I approach the front door and I start opening it. And it's like a classic horror movie scene where it's dark inside, but the sun is angled in such a way where when you open the door, like the rays slowly creep in. And all I remember was like I opened the door a little bit, like bit by bit, slowly, and
Yeah.
I eventually see like her in a with a pool of blood under her, and she's dead. And then I wake up
Jesus.
immediately. Yeah,
My
I
God.
told you it gets fucked. It got fucked up. I don't know why it went there, but it did, and it like seriously fucked me up for the entire rest of the day. That is the first time a dream has had that kind of effect on me. Like even that
That's
one weird reoccurring one, I just kind of like, okay, that was kind of creepy, and then shook it off. That one lingered with me,
I was not expecting that. I was
and it was
my
like
God.
the dream cut off in such a way where it made it seem like you weren't supposed to see that part. Like the dream was supposed to cut off as I was
For
as I was
that.
approaching the door. I wasn't
Yeah.
supposed to open the door in the dream, if that makes any sense.
Oh, that's kinda creepy.
Yeah, I
That
know, right?
I mean, if it cut off in such a way that made you think like, "Wow, I wasn't supposed to see that."
Yeah,
That's kinda
like my mind was trying to like hide that from me or some shit.
like, what the heck? That took such a quick turn
Yeah,
for
I
me.
know, right? It was just like that in the dream too. Like one second I'm doing this stupid thing for someone, the next my girlfriend's dead and I find her.
That is Yeah, it went from you looking for your teammate's phone, then you doing all this bunch of side quests, someone telling you your girlfriend's kidnapped, you having spidey senses
Well,
and knowing that,
well,
going to a
actually,
missing persons board, confirming it, going to a shack, and finding her dead.
yeah, yeah, that's the summary of it. Yeah, I don't, I don't know how it got there, but it did, and it really fucked with me.
I don't even
And
I
that was like the first time I've woken up from a dream in like a cold sweat too.
wow.
Yeah,
I
it
I
got
don't
that
know.
intense.
I don't even know what to say about that. That's just kinda
And like
that's just messed up.
there were so many weird anomalies with it. Like why was everyone at school on a Sunday? Why was like the school a different layout than what the school actually is in real life? Like why was all that a thing? But it still felt so real. Like I felt like all of that was actually happening and that all of what was happening was just a normal day in my life, even though that's far from it.
I don't even know what to say. That's so weird.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just one of the weirdest fucking things ever.
And I've had a couple of dreams where someone's, like, died or something, but dang,
Yeah,
not something
they're.
that
I take it they
close.
aren't like just murdered in cold blood like that.
And you just found straight up a loved one's body. What
Yeah,
the heck?
yeah. That's how fucked up my brain is.
Jesus. I'm
So I can't. I think I can interpret that, like the end of it at least. I don't know about like everything else. That's just kind
yeah,
of
the rest.
weird. I guess that could be
Well,
another metaphor for chaos too. Maybe like I'm just being
potentially,
constantly ordered around to do all this weird random shit that I don't understand. That's actually a
yeah.
good metaphor for what I'm learning in school. Honestly, ordered
Yeah.
to do a bunch of weird random shit I don't understand.
Well, then
That
what do you think the end part means then?
probably my desire to protect my girlfriend, but at the same time my fear of failing at it.
Mm.
If I had
And,
to take a wild guess with that, that's probably it.
I mean, yeah, that makes a little bit of sense, but, like, that's just such a messed up way to
To deliver that
show it.
message, yeah, tell me about
Yeah. Like, instead of someone coming up to you and say like, "Hey, protect your girlfriend," you just shows up, you just straight up
or like
body.
show a dream of me actually protecting her and succeeding or some shit.
Yeah, instead of showing you a dead body with a pool of blood, you
Yeah.
just decide to add that random detail there.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
and like I didn't mention this detail before, but like the pool of, like she was on a table and the pool of blood underneath of her was like slowly dripping onto the floor a bit as well. And that just made it even more disturbing.
That's you're I
I know. Yeah.
that's so I don't even have words.
It's
I'm
so
just
fucked
speechless.
up, isn't it?
Yeah, like that's such a weird detail to just include just the random drips of blood.
Yeah, I just remembered it too. Like I remembered like because it brought the scene back into my head, and it's like, oh, that was a thing too.
Mm. Oh my God.
But yeah, that really fucked me up for the rest of the day there.
And that's the only dream that's had you like had it in your mind for like the rest of the day?
Yeah, that's the only dream that's really fucked me up like that. Like normally I'm shaken by some dreams like that, but like never to that scale where it bleeds into the entire day, you know?
Yeah. I mean, speaking like scary stuff like that, have you ever had like any scary encounters in real life?
Scary encounters in real life. Huh. That's a very good question, actually. I mean, there was that one time we got shot at. I told this story on one of my other podcasts before, but
Mm.
that was with my British friend Electra Spaghetti. That
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
with the
yeah.
other. That wasn't with my partner in crime here.
Mm.
Yeah, I told a
That
grand story of that one time.
oh my God, I remember that
That was
like
one hell of a day, wasn't it, man?
I remember that like that was yesterday.
I
Holy crap.
know. That was like a
And we
year ago.
really?
Yeah, it happened September last year.
That doesn't even feel like a year ago.
I
It
know,
feels like
right?
I remember I was so like I'm unfit. I'm just unfit. I just didn't even want to run. If I got shot, I got shot. I didn't care.
Meanwhile, I
Like,
was still fresh off the cross country team at that point, so I was like
yeah,
dashing up
you
the
like
fucking hill.
you were dashing up the hill like it was nothing, dude. I got tired the minute I started running.
Yeah, I was waiting up for you though, because I didn't want
I
I
just
didn't want to
obviously,
see you get shot in the back or some shit.
yeah, that really wouldn't be cool. That wouldn't be cool.
Yeah, don't worry, I wasn't just gonna abandon you there, but I did end up getting a little far ahead of you, so I did wait up.
Mm. I mean, I'm not even sure. I can't even remember why that happened. Like, I mean, I did see like a bit of fencing, and I saw like a chopped down tree, like a little stump with like a little thing in it or something, a bunch of logs.
Well, also
Maybe
here's the thing that we never really found out. We never confirmed if that actually was a gunshot.
that was true. I remember right after that happened, we were like, was that actually a gunshot or we were overreacting?
Well, I
Oh
mean,
well.
by process of elimination, what else could it really be?
True. Like at first, I thought I was like maybe it was just a firework or something. It wasn't no near nowhere, no fireworks.
Yeah, that was September in the middle of the day.
Yeah, so I don't
So
know.
fireworks are out. Maybe like a tree branch fell. Wait, it wasn't windy or storming at all. It was a like windless, sunny day.
And I don't think branches sound like that.
Yeah, I don't think they make that kind of noise unless like they're falling down like the Grand Canyon or some shit.
Like, yeah, we were just near the canyon. Yeah, the branch just fell into
But yeah,
there.
I just remember like a really loud like cracking type sound or a bang.
Yeah,
I can't remember which, but a crack or a bang, and it was really loud.
to me, it kind of sounded like a crack, kind of like a or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah,
But like, I mean, maybe we were trespassing on someone. They just wanted to like be like, "Hey, get out of here."
yeah. I don't really think they would have actually shot us since we were leaving, but
Yeah,
yeah, probably best to not take that risk. And thus why we didn't go back for my phone.
yeah. I know you lost your
Though
phone, but
I don't
hey,
know if I
you
ever
know,
mentioned this, but the next day I did go back and like try to find it. But I
oh
couldn't
yeah,
find where we were. I couldn't find the massive tree.
yeah. You told me that you went back to go look for it.
Yeah.
But hey, we got slushies that same day.
I forgot about that, yeah.
We got slushies. It was all right. It was
I also
pretty
remember my grand plan to not get caught while I was doing that.
good. What was it? What was it?
So I got back in the house. As you know, we were covered in burrs. I lost my phone. There was
Mm,
no possible way we could get out of that, right?
yeah,
So
that
I
was
walk in, like as we part ways, I'm walking like the door of my house. I'm thinking like, okay, my mom is probably gonna be in the kitchen. I need to go through the kitchen to get up to my room to like fix this. What do I do? And I make one of the ballsiest gambles I've ever made in my life. I walk in, take my shoes off, I take my pants off, and I just like rush by her, like quickly. She didn't
yeah.
notice. She didn't say a goddamn word.
Mm,
I turn the corner, I go up the stairs, I'm up in the hallway, I'm up in the bathroom, and we're done. We're perfect. We're golden.
Yeah.
I go out to my room, I grab another pair of pants, I go back into the bathroom, and then I take some time to think. What am I going to do with these pants? So, I
I remember you threw them out, didn't you?
yeah, I threw them into the field by the railroad. I
Oh,
think they're
yeah.
still
I
down
remember
there too.
yeah, I know, I remember I think we walked down there and we're like, "Hey, those are your
Hey, there
pants."
are my pants.
Oh my god. I still have burrs in my shoes from that day.
Are you kidding me? Really?
Yes, I still do.
I mean, to be
That's the
fair, I
reason.
still have some burrs in like my socks too.
Really?
Yeah, a couple. They're not really like
Mm,
full on burrs, but like little fragments of them.
I'm sad. That's the entire reason I lost that sweatshirt I was wearing that day.
I
I don't.
know. I'm sorry about that.
It's good. I mean, now I have a new favorite one, and it's also that day is also the reason I wear boots now.
Yeah. And
I'm
also our
not.
it also explains our hatred of burrs.
God, I hate burrs. Oh my God. I remember we were sitting on that like brick kind of like little it was like a little small brick kind of wall thing. We
The
sat on it.
carb, you mean?
Yeah, we were trying to pull out the burrs. Oh,
It was like 7 p.m. at that point. We were
I
exhausted. We just got shot at. I lost my phone. We were in real low spirits.
speaking of exhausted, oh, remember that time we walked all the way down to that I can't remember what it was, but
Down the
it was
bike
basically
trail.
yeah, you made me walk all that way.
I didn't
Holy,
force you. You came of your own free will.
holy crap. I will say I've never felt so tired in my life.
I
I
know.
have
I was out the next day.
like when people say like they like feel like they can't move anymore, I thought they were just like, oh, they're just really tired. I actually felt like I could not move my legs
I
any further.
know.
When we sat on that bench, that was the best thing ever.
Yeah, I know.
I just, oh my God, that was torture, man.
But we did both agree afterwards that like it made us stronger, didn't it?
We were stronger afterwards. We
Exactly.
traveled the highest mountains in the, I don't know,
And yeah,
in
don't
this.
you try to make it sound like like I held a gun to your head and forced you to walk that path with me. You did it
I
of your
mean,
own free will.
I don't know, man. I
You
don't
agreed
know.
to it. I had no
I don't
say. I had no
know.
say in it.
I
You
don't
agreed
know,
to it.
man. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know. I,
sure.
speaking of this, the scary things that happened. I mean, yeah, the gunshot counts, but I don't know if I told you, but I think I've had two other maybe scary. I'm well, kind of scary. One of them, I think this one is like a little bit below about the next one I want to say, but this one is like okay. So me and my mom, we were sitting on the couch, we were watching a movie, and we were just sitting there, and all of a sudden she pauses the movie and like starts sniffing in the air, and I'm like, what are you doing? And she says she smells smoke. I'm like, well, no,
Oh
we're not doing
shit.
anything. Well, like we're not doing anything, nothing's happening. And at that time, we were taking care of these chicks that my aunt gave to my mom. I don't know why,
Oh
but I guess
no.
yeah, we were basically babysitting them at that point. And we put them in the back, and they were basically in a cardboard box, and they had a little light above them to keep them warm, whatever. Not like an official warming light, because we don't got the money for that. And so we look in the back door because my back door has windows to the actual back room. And so we open the blinds. There's a fire back there. There's a fire that's like starting. And so we go around the back of the house and we open the back door and like it's burning. And so we're not sure what to do. The back room is filled with smoke. And one of the chicks, they end up coming out, or well, not coming out, but they were like in the middle of the room. So I went in there and I got them. My eyes were stinging. I could barely breathe, but I
Huh.
got the chick out. I got the chick out.
Nice.
Yeah, and my mom was like, "Oh, poor Frank," because that's what we named the yellow chick. We got Bob out, which was the gray one, which ended up being a woman. Uh,
Bob the
but
woman.
yeah, we got her out, and Frank was still in there, and we were like, "Oh, Frank's dead." But when the firefighters came, they ended up finding him, and he came out, and he was all good, and so we
No.
were kind of relieved. The back there, there's still like the burn marks, and the tiles lifted where it was, but overall, it's pretty good. We were all right. Cops told us it was illegal to keep farm animals in a town. I mean, I thought my mom knew that. She didn't. Um,
I mean, it's just
but yeah,
chicks. What the fuck's it gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, it was scary, the thought of it that we could have also not noticed that the fire was happening, those chicks dying, and maybe even my house burning down.
Yeah.
You know how many houses have burnt down around here? I don't want to be another one.
Dude, fucking tell me about it. Like in the past like year, two things have burned down on my block.
Like, I just can't believe it. And
There
then
there was one night the shed right across the alley from me started burning down.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's just
Me
crazy.
and my parents were on the deck just watching this shit. It's like maybe like a yard or two away. Well,
I
actually,
remember.
no, a lot more than a yard. Like maybe like 10, 20 yards away.
Yeah, I remember there was this one time. I was chilling. I think it was like maybe 2 a.m. and I saw like red and blue lights flashing out my window. I'm like, oh, police maybe? And
Someone
so I
got
look.
pulled over.
Yeah, and so I look out, and oh, it's like a huge fire. But like the fire department was down there, the police were down there. I think an ambulance was down there. I think I don't know, but the fire was going for quite a bit, and I was
Where
just
was
sitting
it?
there. It was like you know the road down by Sullivan's.
Yeah, I think so.
That's well, that's basically where. I mean, I don't know. I can't really pinpoint the location because I'm kind of stupid. So I don't know. But it happened down there and I was looking at it and I'm like, wow, that's insane. And so I went
Oh,
back to sleep.
nice.
Yeah, it's like, wow, that's burning down. That's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
The second scary thing that's happened to me, well, I wasn't even there for it actually. I think, well, I was just upstairs sleeping because I'm dumb and I was just sleeping there. And apparently, my brother, he was downstairs, he was in the kitchen, he was making something. And all of a sudden, there's this woman like banging on the window in our kitchen, and
What
she
the
just
fuck?
looking in. Yeah, she's just sitting there, and she's banging on the window at Isaac, and he goes over to my mom, and he's like, "Wow, hey, look, there's a woman." And so and then when she goes to look, the woman isn't there anymore, and so, like, our mom goes out around the house to check, and the woman comes back. And so our mom comes back in the house, and the lady's like screaming at the door, at her front door, while banging on it. My mom had to call the cops, and the cops took her away. And that lady is our neighbor. She's literally right next to us.
She lives in that brick house, right?
Yeah, and she's just right next to us. And apparently it scared my brother half to death. So that was
Yeah, I
fun.
I could see that.
And he's terrified of that window now just because of that.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it didn't even happen to me. I was asleep, and I don't even know how I slept through all that.
Yeah.
Because apparently both my brothers were screaming. Because I mean, hey, a random woman screaming at your front door while banging on it is, well, I mean, that's kind of scary, man.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking scary. I would have grabbed a knife at that point. Jesus.
Yeah, but luckily the cops came down, took her away, and all that stuff.
Like that's the point where like you arm yourself and be ready for anything.
Yeah, funny thing. I mean, our mom, she's like, yeah, she's cool, but she's like, she wants to fight everybody that like tries to like mess with her. She like
Hmm.
wants to like just have a full on brawl, medieval style.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
I don't know why, but yeah,
I could see your mom being like that. Honestly.
yeah, it's like those are like the only two scary things that I can think of, other
Hmm.
than like I mean, I think like 2 days ago I was on a walk, and you know down my Shopko, those random like weird boulders that are just sitting on the side of the road. There's like
Where? Oh, yeah.
yeah, down my Shopko, these little weird rocks, and so I
Yeah.
was sitting on that, and it was like it was getting dark. It was like around 6, and with the daylight savings, it's like really dark.
Yeah.
Um, and all of a sudden, there's this car that pulls up to me. Well, not like up to me, but like a little bit near me, like down the road near where is it? Like the railroad kind of near the parking lot. And they stop the car and turn off the lights. And obviously, with me, I think the worst thing about anything, if I don't know what it is, I think the worst thing about it And so I'm like, oh my God, these guys want to kill me. They're hitmen. They want to kill me. They want to kill me and stuff. They're gonna shoot me or something. And I mean, obviously, it probably wasn't as scary as it sounds, but to me, it was like terrifying because I'm dumb and stupid and stuff, and I was like, oh my God, these guys want to kill me, even though it was probably just some dude. I mean, actually, what? I don't know. Why would you be down there at that time? I don't know.
What kind of car were they driving?
I don't know. It kind of looked like a white Jeep. I don't know. I suck with car brands, so I wouldn't really know.
Was it perchance a white truck?
Um, I don't think it was a truck. I mean, I don't know. Like the front of the car is like how it'll kind of look like it'll have like six lines at the front that are vertical.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the front looked like.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Because if they were driving a white truck, that might be the person who owns the place.
I don't know. Maybe I have no clue. Either way, I think the worst things about people that I don't know. So like, if someone's like coming up to me to ask me a question, I'm gonna think they're gonna stab me or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the only. I think those are the only things that's happened that have been
Hmm.
like really terrifying for me.
Yeah, my,
I,
my my life has been pretty uneventful, honestly.
yeah, then again, we're in like a really small town that I don't think anybody's ever heard of.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to describe it, honestly.
I mean, no, I don't even know. We're just like a little dot on the map or something.
Yeah, we're like a place that you go through to get somewhere better.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. That's all. I mean, yeah, those are the only scary things that's ever happened. I feel like I'm stretching these headphones. Holy crap.
Yeah, I don't really think I can account anything that's been like scary or anything like that.
Ooh, what about paranormal stuff? Have you ever
I
had
was gonna bring
anything?
that up eventually, but first, before we get to that, hold on a second. We need to get back to the main topic and wrap it up a second. Now,
Okay,
with all that we discussed about dreams earlier, what
yeah.
do you think they tend to be? Like, in your personal opinion, anything goes. Like, what do you
In
think
my
they really are?
in my opinion, I'm kind of like a 50-50. I'm like, wow, these things, they mean something. They have like some sort of meaning, but I don't know yet, and I'll figure it out eventually. And then there's also the times where it's like, oh, it's just a little thing to keep you entertained while you're sleeping or something. So I'm like, I'm kind of both things. I think they mean something, and at the same time, sometimes I don't.
Mm, yeah, okay, that's respectable. So you think
What
that
what
like
what, what about you?
they try to describe things that have like happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
With
mean, what
me,
do you think?
at least for my dreams specifically, I think I'd lean
Mhm.
the same way, but most of my dreams do tend to like represent something from what I mean. You can always interpret them as something for the most part.
Yeah. Like the firefighter one I told you. At first, I didn't think that meant anything, and then you like kind of described it, and I was like,
Yeah, because
that
like
kind of makes
fire
sense.
tends to be a sign of chaos and destruction or a symbol of it. And surrounding
And
you could
yeah,
symbolize that like your life is really chaotic or something like that. Something along those lines.
yeah, and yeah.
Which I
Now
don't
that
think
you
would
mention
be
it,
that far fetched, just to say the least.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It sounds like it makes sense because, like, okay, in the dream, like the gear that I was wearing was melting, so I don't know. Maybe you can implement that as like, oh, maybe I'm starting to realize that, oh, maybe I can't have it
Maybe it's
cool
just
or
starting to wear down on you.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, that actually, wow, that's actually really good.
Just your regular dream interpretator here. Don't mind me.
Professional. But yeah, I think dreams, they're 50-50.
Yes, most of mine tend to like represent something or mean something. With all the like all the school dreams that I've described, which is like majority of my fucking dreams at this point. Because
Yeah,
high school, it's something. Every time I'm like stressing over some weird assignment or test, and meanwhile there is something that's like kind of stressing me out a little bit, or at least worrying me to some degree,
yeah.
or just like the general fear of failure in school.
Yeah, that's not cool. I have
Yeah,
that a
it
lot.
just always lingers over my head. It's always lurking in my shadow
In
everywhere I
fact,
go.
yeah, in fact, I have to do my actual driving test at the DMV sometime soon.
Yeah, me too, because I got all my hours in and I'm finished with the instructor. So we were planning on
And
getting mine in January at some point because
yeah,
holiday
yeah,
rush
and
for licenses or some shit.
yeah, and people are
Even
saying
though
like, oh,
it'd be in like an even smaller town than this one, who the hell's going to the DMV
yeah,
there at this time?
yeah, and like everyone's like saying, oh, it's gonna be easy. There's nothing to worry about. I don't know. I'm just getting anxious over it.
From what I've
I'm like,
heard, yeah, that test seems pretty easy compared to like what the actual tests in the city are. Honestly,
yeah, apparently one of my mom's friends went over there or like somewhere, basically wherever the DMV is, and it's like a small town. And she said it's like, oh, just turn left around the block and boom, you're done.
yeah.
I'm like, that sounds pretty easy.
I'm
I
like,
think I
wow,
got
okay, now I'm a licensed driver.
yeah,
God,
but like it's like the more I
God
think
help
about it,
everyone
the more
else
I'm
on
like,
the road now.
yeah, it's like, but like, yeah, it's like one of those things. The more you think about it, the more you're like, oh, maybe what if it goes bad? What if it like I explode or something?
Yeah, yeah, that's like your one fear with driving. Like, I'm just going to randomly blow up for no reason.
Like a main fear of mine for everything, and I don't know why.
I'm just gonna be like grabbing a piece of bread to make a sandwich, and all of a sudden, I'm just gonna blow up.
Like, okay, there's like sometimes like I don't know, maybe a thing around me will make a weird noise. I'm like, okay, please don't blow up. Please
It's
don't
gonna
blow up.
explode. Get down.
Like if I'm cooking out or something, and there's like like just normal grill, and I'll look at it and I'll be like, please don't explode. Please don't explode. It even got to the point where I looked up how often do grills explode, and I mean the results that kind of relieved me. But then I'm like, wait, what if I'm like one of the 3 out of 4?
Jesus Christ, you're the most paranoid person I know. Well, actually,
I
no,
swear,
no, I take that
it's
back.
something.
That's not true anymore.
Whatever, but like it's scary. I don't know. I'm just weird. I'm just weird.
Oh, also, in terms of driving, you haven't fucking lived until you do a double turn lane.
Double turn lane.
Yeah, it's
Why?
where you have
Why?
two lanes of traffic that are turning left at the same time.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, I did that once in the city, and it was awesome.
I I don't
Three
know.
lanes of
Like
traffic going like 60 miles an hour and shit. Then you get a
I
double
get
turn
nervous
lane.
driving. I get nervous just driving down the block. I feel like if a car is behind me, I'm gonna be like, okay, 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 and then all of a sudden I explode.
Yeah,
Like I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like driving on the road when there's other people also on that road. Like I
so
drove
you just don't
over.
like driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't really
Yeah.
like it either, but I accept that, like, I'm gonna have to do it.
I mean, like,
So,
I think it's okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It's just that I have a problem with everything else about it,
yeah,
which basically is it in general. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
But the
Uh,
paranormal stuff.
yeah, I was about to say, like, we're getting off topic now. Okay, paranormal stuff. You want to start us off
Ooh.
then, since you suggested it?
Sure, why not? Okay, so I mean, me myself, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. Do you believe in ghosts and stuff? Ghouls and goblins?
I don't really know how to answer that because honestly, I'm unsure. Like,
Yeah,
on one hand, there has been some fairly compelling evidence for it, but on the other, it's just like it's so easy to fake things, and it seems unrealistic. Honestly, like
that
if
is
there were
the
these weird,
exact.
if there were these weird spectral creatures that are always like surrounding you everywhere you go, and there's like 7 billion people on this planet, don't you think more people might have seen them by now, or at least have been able to confirm them at some point?
Yeah, yeah.
And like,
That is
why do people always seem to find them while they're looking for them? Like,
exactly.
why is no one ever just like filming a TikTok video and then all of a sudden they see like a ghost in the background or some shit?
Well, I mean, I think that's happened quite a few times, but like a lot
Yeah,
of people
yeah, you're probably
like
right about that. Actually, that has
believe.
happened quite a few times. But in general, for a lot of that weird, like air quotes, a ghost evidence, they're always out there looking for it.
Yeah, they're like in like an abandoned building and like, guys, I'm gonna summon the ghost of this building at 3 a.m. with this Ouija board.
An Ouija board.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, that's the exact reason I want to, like, actually go out and do that because that seems like, wow, this is the only way I can actually see if they're actually real or not, is to
Yeah,
go and do it myself.
I don't I don't know if I necessarily believe in like ghosts and weird entities like that. So far
Yeah.
I'm a skeptic,
Mm.
but I do not deny the possibility of it.
I think it's I think it's cool to think about,
Yeah,
and I'm
currently
not
like I don't particularly believe in it, but I do not deny that it could be possible.
I'm gonna be like, "Oh, ghosts don't exist," but if you tell me, like, you had an encounter, I'm gonna be like, "Okay, let me hear it," because I like that, and I think it's cool. I think it's cool to think about, cool to listen about,
Well,
just
I do think I had a weird supernatural encounter once, but it wasn't like a ghost type thing,
yeah.
but it was I don't really know how to describe it. I just have to explain it to you.
Alright.
Ready for another story time?
Yes, sir.
So, how long ago was this now? I can't fucking remember. It was a few years back, I think.
Mm,
It was while I was hanging out with one of my friends whom I don't really talk to much anymore. I kind of lost track of him.
yeah,
But me and one of my friends, we were riding our bikes a little bit outside of town
yeah,
on like this weird like country type road, but it's like
yeah,
it was still nearby the city.
yeah,
So we're riding our bikes down this road. It's like in the afternoon during the summer at this point. So the sun was like starting to go down, but it was still daytime. And we happened upon this weird like dirt path down there. And so we decided like, hey, that looks kind of cool. You want to explore it real fast? And so
yeah.
he agrees to it. We go down there. Now, what I didn't notice at the time was like as soon as we got on that path, it was a sunny day before, but like just a little bit afterwards, it was like completely cloudy outside. And don't quote me on this, but I could have sworn that like all of a sudden shit went silent. It was just like the rustle of the trees in the wind.
So, like, that quiet where you can just basically hear yourself.
Yeah, like almost the second that we stepped onto this trail.
Mm,
So we ride down it for a while. We don't really acknowledge that anything is wrong, but we do feel like something's weird. We do feel on edge.
yeah,
And like in retrospect, I do see why now, noticing all these little details about it. Because I really don't remember hearing like any like birds chirping or anything. But I do remember commenting on how fast it got cloudy from like a perfectly sunny day. Again, those could just be like coincidences, like it just happened really fast, and like the birds, you don't really tend to notice that anyway.
yeah.
But I could have sworn like I did not hear any of them, or and like it got cloudy really fast. Anyway, we're riding our bikes down this weird like, and I wouldn't really call it a dirt path. I'd say more like a gravel path. I just kind of associate the two with each other, but it was more of a
Yeah,
gravel path.
yeah,
We're riding our bikes down it, and after like maybe a mile or two in, maybe three, we get to this weird fork in the road where like you can either go left or right.
yeah.
It was starting to get dark at this point, and we were pretty far away from town, so we decided to head back. And once we got off the trail, again, it went back to being sunny, and all of a sudden, I like finally heard birds chirping again, which was an oddity for sure. But here's where shit starts getting weird. We are still curious about what like lies on that road for because we like you know me, I like exploring shit, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I really like it. So me and my friend agree to meet up back there like sometime at like 9 a.m. in the morning the next day. So we start heading home. We go to bed. We wake up the next day. We meet we meet up, we go over there, the road's
Hmm.
gone.
What?
Yeah, the road's gone. And
No,
again, you know
no.
me, I'm pretty decent with my directions. Like, I tend to know
Yeah,
where the hell we are at almost all times.
yeah,
So I find it kind of unlikely that I would just like misplaced the road somehow. Because I remember it was the exact location that it was the day before, and it was
yeah.
just gone.
And wait, it was around here, right?
Yeah, it was around here, just a little ways out of town. I think it was
Mm,
down Oakton Road, maybe.
mm.
Now that I've like become a lot
Oh,
more
okay.
acquainted within town.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oakton Road. It's like that road that goes down past the motel in Savannah, where
Oh,
you're going to
yeah,
Mill. Yeah,
yeah,
that road. Like when you go really far down it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but yeah, road was just fucking gone, and we were both really confused because like, how often does a road just fucking disappear like that?
yeah. I don't think that's often.
And like, we're kind of perplexed by that, and I've never seen that road again since.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have this
Hmm.
weird little theory, right?
Yeah.
So you know how some people just seemingly like phase out of reality somehow, like those weird disappearances that don't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, like that one plane.
Yeah, that exactly like that. That plane that disappeared. I think I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about. That one weird airline that just vanished.
yeah.
And also I heard this one weird story of like this guy that was riding a bus to its last stop, and like on the second to last stop, he was still accounted for, but by the time they got to the last stop, he was gone. All of the shit was still there, and there was no way he could have gotten off. But he vanished and was never heard from again.
So weird to think about that you can just be
Fa-
gone
you
like
can just
once
phase
in
out of
a
reality
year.
like that.
Yeah,
People
just
call it. Like, people think it's paranormal. Honestly, like they go to like they somehow phase into a weird bizarro dimension or some shit. And I think that's where that road went.
that's like scary to think about though. Like just like you're just here 1 minute and the next you're just gone and nobody knows where you went.
And like, what if you don't even notice a change yourself?
Exactly. Like what is it like when you are the person that like disappears? Like is
Yeah, like
everything still normal? Can you still
Like,
see
what if
everybody?
what if you are the person who faces into a new reality? And like, what if it's like indistinguishable from your own? You wouldn't
Exactly.
know. It's seamless. You just think everything's fine, but in reality, everyone else in your original world's wondering where you went. Like think
That,
about that. What if you aren't even from this dimension right now?
yeah, like now
Like,
that's making me think. Like
yeah.
what if it happened to me? What if it
And
happened to
now
me?
you're having a crisis, aren't you?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Who
What if you are not the real Harrison? How am I supposed to know?
knows? Maybe this world didn't have a Harrison in in the beginning. Who
We'll never know.
knows?
I do know that my mom has had a little bit of paranormal stuff happen to her.
No.
I,
I'm,
like,
I'm sorry to say this, Christian, but I must admit something.
what?
I made that story up.
You made that story up. You
Yep.
made that story up.
Pulled it right out of my ass.
What?
You gotta admit, though, it was a good story, though.
It was a good story. I'll give you that. But
Well, yeah,
like, what
entirely
the heck?
fake.
What the heck?
I
I
mean, at
mean,
least
it's
I'm honest about it, right?
true. And actually, if you think about it, it's somewhat true since it's happened to other people and stuff.
Yeah, true. Yeah, like
And it's
imagine
so
that. Like, what if we were on that road? If it actually happened, it just phased out of reality right then. Would we like
yeah,
go with it?
exactly. Would we go with it? Would we go to separate places?
What
Would
if
we
that was like the portal to another dimension or some shit? Hypothetically, if it was real,
who knows? We'll never know.
yeah, because that
But
road
like,
never existed.
I hate you.
I figured you'd enjoy that, but hey,
But yeah,
I
uh,
wanted to tell a story, so I told my story.
no problem, no problem. But like, no, no, I'm not lying about this one.
Okay,
My mom has had, I think, two that she's told me about. No, actually, now I think about it, yeah, two. Uh, one of them is, have you heard of Crybaby Bridge or whatever?
I don't think I have.
Well, basically, if I remember, it's this bridge where I think I don't know, I can't remember, but basically, the thing you do on there on the bridge, I think it's the bridge, yeah. You cover like the hood of your car in, I think it's baby powder or something, just like some sort of powder, and you wait there, and apparently like you'll feel the car moving, I think, and it's like people pushing it, or like it's like people are pushing it. And when you go to the hood of your car, there's like little handprints or something, kind of like I think kids
I
maybe.
feel like I recognize that from somewhere.
But yeah, my mom did that with uh my aunt and yeah, I think two of my aunts, and they did that on the bridge,
And they got
and
the
they checked.
handprints.
Yeah, and the handprints were there. And my mom says she has no idea how that happened because she didn't think anything would actually happen.
Yeah,
And I mean,
that's
like,
fucking crazy.
and it's like something that I'm like, well, yeah, she experienced it, and obviously I would believe my mom because I mean, she's my mom. She wouldn't lie to me, would she? I mean,
Well,
maybe, but
I
like,
mean, your friend here just lied to you, so I don't know.
yeah, yeah, I don't know. On second thought, yeah. Uh, like I don't know. It's like something I want to see for myself, so then I can be like, wow,
Yeah, because like
I
ghosts are a kind of thing where like I'll believe it when I see it. You know,
yeah,
like not
exactly.
through a lens, not from anyone else's account of it, through my own
Yeah,
two eyes.
yeah. Like, cause like someone could easily be like lying to me, like you.
I
But yeah, and then the second
mean,
one is
again, at least I'm honest about it.
yeah,
I told you
yeah.
straight up that I lied.
Good, because then I would have been thinking that you weren't lying to me, that you were telling the truth.
That I almost
But
phased out of this reality the whole time.
like, what the heck, man? You made me have like a little crisis about it. But yeah, second thing, second thing. There was this doll that my mom had. I think yeah, it was like just a doll that made noise once you touched it or something. And my mom's mom, grandma, if you will, she thought it was annoying, so she took the batteries out of it and put it in the basement.
Oh, I
And
know where this is going.
yeah, and so one day they were just chilling upstairs or whatever, and they heard the doll make noise, and they're like, hold on a minute, didn't we
Whoa,
take the bat?
wait, hold up a second.
Didn't we take the batteries out of that thing? And so they open the door and they're kind of scared to go down. So at that time, they had this German Shepherd, and I think they named him Scooby Doo or something. And so they're like, "Hey, go down there, man." And the dog would not go down there. And you know how German Shepherds are supposed to be like these big, strong dudes, or like guard
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, they're like attack dogs.
Yeah,
They were bred to fight, essentially, or like defend.
yeah. And this dog was the same thing. It was a guard dog. It like literally just a guard dog, basically. Because I think it was my uncle's dog for his work, I think. I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm.
But they had him. And he even had to learn German just to speak to it. So that's pretty cool.
Wait,
Anyway,
seriously?
yeah, because it couldn't understand English, I guess. And I mean, it was from Germany, so whatever.
Huh. Yeah, it is weird how
Uh,
animals can learn languages like that. But anyway, back on topic.
Yeah. Anyways, and they were telling the dog, "Hey, go down there." And the dog was whining and did not want to go down there. And so they were kind of freaked out about it, and they never went down there. Yeah, I don't know. And I
Hmm.
didn't have any closure from that because she never told me what ended up happening because they never
Yeah.
went down there. And well, like before when they did go down there, like when before this actually happened, there are two chains, like kind of like chains that you'd like put someone in, and it's like chains and like the cuffs, and it's to the wall. And apparently that house used to be used for slavery and stuff. So
Oh.
that's something
Yeah, that's
that I learned.
creepy.
Yeah, that's totally not scary at all,
Yeah.
and it's
Though,
real.
uh,
It was back when I lived, well, basically back when before I used to live here.
hmm,
And in fact, I don't think I was even born at the time.
damn.
Yeah, so that it's a little scary, but yeah. But other
Anyway,
than that,
I do have an account of a bunch of like weird little short stories of paranormal stuff, and I know I've hurt my own credibility at this point, but I swear to
Yes.
God, these are actual things that have happened from here on out.
Okay. Okay. I forgive, I forget. Go
Yeah,
on.
I swear to you, these next things are like real, and I cannot explain them at all.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Go
So,
ahead.
like, for the longest goddamn time, I have believed wholeheartedly that my grandma's house is haunted. It's like the only real source of paranormal evidence I have. And really the only reason I'm borderline on it. Otherwise, I'd be like a full on denier.
Mm,
So, the most notable story that I have is of Christmas a few years ago. Like,
mm,
a few years ago.
yeah.
So, I got this weird little, like, miniature basketball set where it's like, you get like this little mini basketball hoop on a suction cup, and you can attach it to a window or something, and a little ball with it.
Yeah. I have one of those.
Yeah. So, I open that up. I'm messing around with it a little bit, and I leave the ball on like an armchair because we have to go to my other grandma's house for a little while.
Yeah.
So we do that. We come back, and note at this point, when we left, it was only my two grandparents in the house, and they account that they didn't move at all, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like they definitely didn't touch the ball or anything.
Yeah.
We get back and the ball's gone. It's not on the armchair. It's not even in the room.
Mm,
So we search the house for it, and my grandma finds it in the weirdest fucking place ever.
was it?
She finds it in the closet of the guest bedroom that no one uses.
Mm,
I don't
gee.
know how the hell it got there. And even to this day, we can't explain it at all.
Maybe, at first I was gonna say, hey, maybe the ball rolled off the armchair.
The
But
guest bedroom's upstairs.
yeah, I was just gonna say, but there's no way that it could have gotten all the way into a closet.
Yeah, a closed closet nonetheless.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
rolled up the stairs. 2 flights of stairs, actually.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's
uh,
one weird occurrence. Another one
alright,
was, like, more recent. It was just, like, maybe 2 years ago. Me and, my cousin were down in my grandparents' basement just playing games on the computer, just fucking around. And
yeah.
there's, like my grandma has a sewing room off to the side of the room that we were in the basement, which is, like, a mix of a living room and an office, or, like, a sub-living room, I guess you could call it. Sorry, I have to sneeze, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can't. Fuck it. Yeah, damn it. Now I feel weird. Okay, so anyway,
Do
back
you
on track. Go
alright.
ahead.
I was gonna say, do you get that thing where, like, you feel weird if you can't sneeze?
Yeah, like your nose feels all weird.
I don't get that. I don't get that.
That's weird. Okay. Well, anyway, back
Hey,
on topic.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, in this sewing room, it's off to the side. There was a closet at the very end of it, and this is where like all my grandparents' Christmas decorations and all their miscellaneous things were stored. And Um, me and my cousin were just like fucking around down there. All of a sudden, we hear a really loud bang come from that closet. Like it wasn't like a gunshot level loud, but it was like loud enough to startle people.
Oh,
So I'm immediately curious by it because like at this point, I've already acknowledged like this house is fucking haunted. Like there's weird shit going on here that no one can explain. So immediately, I jump on the opportunity to see this shit.
yeah.
Though also, I will admit, at the time, ghosts weren't really running through my mind. I was just like, okay, what the fuck was that noise? I didn't
Yeah,
really think
yeah.
paranormal.
Yeah, maybe it was like an animal or something.
So I walk, yeah, like, yeah, that kind of thing. But I walk over to the closet, I open it up, and an old rug that hadn't been touched for like a decade fell over all of a sudden. How it did? I have no idea. It stood in that very spot for 10 years, no problems. Nothing. And it just fell over. Right then, right there. After 10 years of just sitting there, fell over for no reason.
Huh.
Yeah. Weird, huh?
I'm trying to think of maybe something that could have done that, maybe like a wind, like wind or something, but
I mean,
I don't
yeah,
know.
it could have been placed weird, but then again, it was there for 10
Yeah, I was just gonna
years.
say, if it's been there for 10 years,
And it's in the
I'm not
basement, so wind's not really an issue there.
true.
And it was in like a concrete room, so
Mm,
like the walls wouldn't bend or anything in the wind.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know how that thing could have fallen over.
It's a little strange, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think it
weird, huh?
can be explained by something,
Yeah,
maybe.
possibly, but also then how do you explain the ball? Like there's so many weird
That,
occurrences here, like you
yeah,
can't explain all of them away, which like
yeah.
plain basic logic,
Ball,
you
I'm
know?
not sure. The thing falling over, maybe that can be explained, maybe, possibly, probably, maybe. I don't know. But
Yeah,
that
I
ball,
don't know. Yeah, the ball was one of the most damning pieces of evidence I've gotten from that house.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's also frequent that like whenever I stay the night over there, you hear like weird rustling noises come from downstairs.
Not cool. Not cool. Don't
Yeah,
like that.
I hate it too. Trust me. Like
Oh,
I, I it just I f- don't I don't know how to describe it because like I feel on edge whenever I stay the night over there because it feels like there's like I'm not alone if that makes any sense. Even if I am,
yeah, that's not cool. I don't like that.
like I like even to this day I will not sleep facing the wall because of this shit. Like I will sleep facing the door always.
I don't know how you could sleep.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just have a good way of convincing myself that nothing's wrong. But yeah, anyway, like
Third one? Third one? Maybe?
uh third one. Well, that was the third one.
That was the third one? What was
Yeah, just
the
the weird rustling noises downstairs.
Oh,
No
yep,
one.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Fourth one. Let me think. What was the fourth one? I know there was more. Oh yeah, fourth one. Things just mysteriously go missing all the time. Like
What do you mean?
even when my mom and her brothers lived in that house, like things would just mysteriously vanish and turn up months later, if at all, and they would never
Huh.
be found. Sometimes, like
Mhm.
I'll tell one story later of like before my time.
Mm.
But yeah, things just have a reputation of going missing there. Like the ball, there was one time a remote went missing for like a week, shit like that. And the key thing is like they aren't always misplaced. They're just found in very weird places. Like places
Like,
that they could not have gotten to under normal circumstances.
huh.
Like again, the ball in the closet without it being moved. There's one
Yeah.
time a remote was found like in the laundry room. The legendary missing remote.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, the
I don't
laundry
know.
room of all places. I
It's
suppose that
like
could be explained possibly, but I don't know.
another argument like that's kind of brought up sometimes when talking about ghosts is like people say that like if they can move all these things and stuff, why don't they do it more often and why would they just move like I don't know, like a plate or something?
Well, maybe it takes like a lot of energy for them.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's a think. It's just something to think about, I guess.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
suppose. Anyway, back to the stories.
Yeah.
Now this is starting to get before my time. This is from my mom. This is like from my mom's perspective now.
Oh, okay.
So this is when she was still a teenager, living in her room. She has a stereo, which she still has today. By the way, she still listens to musicals and on it.
Yeah.
But she's like listening to music in her room. She's home alone at this point, and the radio cuts to static, which was a pretty normal occurrence. But in the static, she could have sworn that she heard the words "Get out" on them,
Oh,
like
oh,
clear
oh
as
no.
day. And she
I,
swears that she heard it and no one else believed her.
was it just her?
Yeah, it was just her in the house.
Wow,
Now again,
that's just scary. That's
now
just scary.
yeah, I know. But from this point, like if if they're like wrong or made up, it's not on me. It's on my mom.
Yeah.
There was another one where her and one of her friends wrapped this doll up for some reason. I can't remember the context behind this, but they wrapped a doll up for some reason
Yeah.
and left it on the table and they went to go do something. When they came back, the thing was gone. And
Oh,
again, they were the only people in the house and they were with each other the whole time.
did they ever
From
find the
from what
doll?
she tell me, and that's the thing. No, they didn't.
Well,
It's still missing to this day.
that's I just hate dolls in
And it
general.
was
They're
in that
just
very house that my grandparents lived in. They never found it. It's been gone for that long. That was like 20 years ago.
my God.
Yeah, that house is fucking haunted.
I I just don't like dolls in general. They're just freaky.
Yeah, they're like it just went missing. They don't.
I,
She doesn't know what happened to it.
I think the only thing I have close to a doll in my house is like a Gromit mug.
Nice.
You know that dog from Wallace and Gromit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But yeah, those
I got,
are all the creepy stories from my grandma's house that I can remember.
jeez,
Yeah,
you
creepy.
could not pay me to live there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, I don't know if it's just me, but there's this weird thing that I get scared of. Like, if you just had this in a movie or something, I'm gonna be terrified. Or if or if you like do this in like real life as a prank or something, I'm gonna be terrified. But if something is running and I can't see it, but I can definitely hear it running, that is terrifying to me. I
I
hate that.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah,
Like just imagine you're looking down a hall and all of a sudden you just hear like just running like stomping kind of and it's just coming up to you and but nothing's there.
yeah, that's
That
fucked.
chills me. Just thinking about that chills. It just gives me chills. I hate that.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know. Just a bunch of creepy things in this world or whatever. Oh, whoops. Oh, my bad.
did you just send me something?
Yeah. You didn't see it, did you?
No, I didn't. I have Discord open right now, or at least not
Oh, good.
on screen. Hold on.
Oh, good, good, good. Let me just. Get rid of it. Oh no.
Did you like smash your head into the keyboard or something? What the hell is that?
My bad, my bad. That didn't happen.
What
Wow.
the fuck?
Where did that go? Whoa, that was weird. Text to speech just said something creepy.
What?
I don't know. That was cryptid. That was cryptid. Like if I could do that, and then I can just do. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can do this. Can you hear that?
What?
Oh no, you can't. Maybe. Okay. So in Discord, I accidentally hit my keyboard and it pressed enter too. Don't ask how. I don't know. And I was gonna delete it, and I saw speak message, and I wanted to know what that was. So I clicked it, and it said it. I thought you heard it.
Oh,
It said like XVKS5 underscore.
oh,
Oh, oh. But yeah, the creepy stuff. I don't like any of that.
yeah.
Just stuff in general. Like I have this skeleton in my room, and he's just sitting there behind me.
Just chilling.
Yeah, yeah, he's still there. I just had to make sure. I put I put gloves on him, a hat, a beanie, and I gave him a little surgical mask.
Nice.
I don't know why. I don't even know why I have him in here. Oh,
Ugh. Well, it's starting to get late. It's almost midnight now, and I got some stuff I should do in the morning, so I think we're gonna call it here for the night. Though this was a
oh,
very interesting conversation with you.
yes, this was very eventful.
Yeah.
You lie to me. That's something.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a pretty successful first episode for our podcast. Oh, we need to
yippee!
think of a name for it.
Oh God. Uh, you can come up with that. I got nothing. I have nothing.
What about the lodge? That work?
Yeah, yes, that's also my favorite restaurant.
All right, where the lodge it is.
Let's go, awesome.
Yay! This
Yeah,
podcast has now been named and started.
yippee,
Yeah,
yippee.
hopefully we can record another episode soon.
Alrighty. All right.
Yeah.
All right. You want to get off?
Uh, yeah. Well, this
Yeah.
has been the Lone Waffle talking with his friend about various different bullshits. I'll see
Bye.
you all, and I wish you all a goodbye.
Bye.